And welcome into the NFL Week 8 recap show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Andrew Keenan. We have Robert Ziggy Ziegler off in Zoomland. And Zach Bloomquist is with us again in his Dolphins pajamas, a celebratory Zach Bloomquist. Jack, let's start off the show with giving Jack a round of applause. That cap of the week, masterful.
I knew it was hitting. I'm getting
Andrew, why aren't you clapping?
Yeah, just give me a round of applause. Come on. My caps have gotten hot.
I'll give you.
My caps have gotten hot.
Jack's caps have gotten hot.
We clap at the end of the season. I want you to continue.
Is Oklahoma State's worst loss since 2000?
I don't want you to get complacent.
You're right. Okay, I'm seeing the board well when it comes to my caps right now.
It was great. I mean, you blinked and it was 35-0.
I love the spot. I loved the spot.
Yeah,
I saw it. I'm seeing the board nicely with these college picks right now. I have a pick this week too. The pick I like the most all season. So I'll tease that a bit here.
Perhaps heading to South Bend?
Perhaps.
That would be the worst bet. I know that's not what it is.
That's
the worst bet ever.
Next episode, we'll reveal that, but I'm hot. You should tail my cap of the week. Whoever listens to this, tail my cap of the week going forward.
Yeah, you've been hot.
You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3.
That's pretty good. That's money.
2 in a row.
That's
6 and 3 overall.
Guys, I'm in a great mood today. We have a great show today. But on the way over, I threw on Welcome or Step Into Christmas by Elton John. I couldn't help myself. November 1st, threw on the Christmas music. And my goodness, I'm jolly.
I love Christmas.
Jolly.
It's November.
We're a little away.
But I think why not let it come into the end of fall?
Guys like us, we're Thanksgiving guys. We're Christmas guys. We're not Halloween guys. We're not.
No, I wait until after Halloween.
We're not New Year's guys. We're Christmas guys. We're Thanksgiving guys. We're Easter guys. We sit on the couch. We watch sports. So I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
There's no better time of the year, Ziggy. Like why would I delay?
It's not even over.
Ziggy may be a Halloween guy.
All Saints Day.
You're a Halloween guy?
No.
Yeah,
no.
See, I could tell. We're not.
I'm an All Saints, All Souls guy.
This is a Christmas show. This is a Christmas Thanksgiving show. But yeah, I'm in a great mood, and here's what we got for you. We have the NFL trade deadline, which we're going to start with. Then we have Tua Tagovailoa, top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Just might be.
The Jets recap from this weekend's game against New England. This is the Andrew wants to quit the show episode, essentially.
No, not quit. I just don't want to buy it.
Andrew said yesterday.
I want to just quit it all.
Andrew said yesterday. He said, "I don't know if I can."
He
show
said
off.
he's a show off.
Yeah,
show off.
Yeah.
I was pissed with the Jets +3. I was pissed as well.
Yeah, no, a lot of people, except my dad. My dad guaranteed the Patriots win. Then we had the Giants
once that
wrap
play
it up.
happened, that we're going to get to later.
We'll get to it. We'll get to that.
I would have guaranteed you we were losing.
Yeah,
we'll get to that
too.
play.
Me too.
But the trade deadline. So we'll start with the Roquan Smith trade, which didn't happen today. It happened, I think it was yesterday, right? The Roquan Smith trade or Monday. Roquan Smith goes from the Bears to the Ravens for a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick. Now, a lot of people around the league are on the Ravens' ass for this. Jack, I think you were too for a second before the show.
No, I have seen a lot of people saying, like, giving the draft grades or the trade grades, they'll give the Bears an A, the Ravens a D because of the financial situation. Mm-hmm. And I understand that, and I'd probably agree. But where comes the former number 8 overall pick, a tackling machine.
He leads the league in tackles.
You put him alongside now Patrick Queen. They have two linebackers you can put in coverage. Ravens rank 28th in the league in yards allowed. This really does help them significantly. It's a good get.
Yeah,
I do understand. Like the financial aspect is a lot, which is why people are going to say the Bears won the deal.
This is it though. I think I haven't really looked again. Like Paul said, ever since the Jets blew it, I haven't really been on the Twitter world or the sports world because I've been hiding myself from the pain. But I love the trade. I think that this is the year they're going to win it.
You love it for the Ravens?
For the Ravens. I think if they're going to win it, this is when they're going to win it. Lamar Jackson will be supporting the green and white next year, so this is it. The money doesn't matter. Go out, try to win a Super Bowl this year.
All right, that's the biased take right there. Roquan, he's okay in coverage.
What's biased about that?
He's a good cover linebacker.
He's okay, I think. Ziggy, you hate the trade for Baltimore, don't you?
I mean, people just refuse to factor in financial situation to this. So here's what I'll say: Roquan Smith wants to be the highest paid linebacker in the league. He wants, at least off ball, he wants to get paid something like $20 million a year. When the Bears didn't give it to him, first he requested a trade. Then he went to the media and talked about how much he hates the coaching, hates the GM, hates the organization. Like, Roquan wants this money, and clearly the Ravens are going to give it to him.
Oh, you think
got $50 million.
Is that? I think this is literally just try to win the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, if you're giving up a second and a fifth to rent an off-ball linebacker who's bad at forcing turnovers, bad at getting tackles for loss, bad at getting to the quarterback. But hey, I guess he's got 2 interceptions.
Hey, no, he's a great tackler. He makes tackles.
No one cares about. Why is no one going out and offering second-round picks for Zaire Franklin?
Ziggy texted
Zaire Franklin has 2 fewer tackles on the season.
He said tackles are a meaningless statistic, which, you know.
It's
is
a
maybe the
stat.
dumbest take I've ever heard in my life. Tackles don't matter?
I think Roquan Smith is a very good player.
Well, I actually like it from...
Tackles matter for linebackers like carries matter for running backs. It's just a volume stat.
No.
You're thinking of tackles for loss or tackles for...
Do you know how many Jets
someone runs
linebackers
8
I've watched
yards
over
right
the year?
at Roquan.
But you put him next to...
Tackling is important.
Put him alongside Patrick Queen in a defense that's bad now in yards allowed. He only helps.
Yeah,
no, the Ravens defense. That's a star player.
I didn't even know that people thought this was a bad trade.
They're 20th in the league, 22.9 points allowed. It's not your like... Well, your older brother's Ravens defense, I guess, of the 2010.
No, not that. No.
But
you're getting a star player to help him out.
Yeah, if Baltimore was able to get him.
The financial situation, like I would, because of that, I would probably say that the Ravens did lose the deal slightly. But I don't think they should be getting bashed.
I like it from the Bears' point of view because they're not ready to win right now. The best thing for Chicago isn't to unload money on Roquan Smith. You need to get weapons around Justin Fields, and they did that today. So we could actually move on to that. They get Chase Claypool from the Steelers for a second-round pick in 2023, I believe.
Their own second-round pick, not the Ravens.
Yes,
I think that's the dumbest trade of all time. Again, this is my own take.
On whose end?
On the Bears, the Bears end. It makes no sense.
Do you not like Claypool? You just don't like Claypool?
No, but why are you trading for anyone, giving up assets when you stink?
I think that they think that Chase Claypool is a good receiver.
He's a long-term receiver from the free agency class next year is terrible. They've got to get a guy for Justin Fields to continue his development. Like, you can say they gave up too much. I think it was a significant overpay, but the trade makes sense.
Yeah, I think
it's a trade. You can't just keep trotting out Darnell Mooney and Equanimeous St. Brown.
Listen, as a team of a fan of bad teams for years, I, in this state, just think lose. Get that second-round pick's like a 35th pick, which is basically a first-rounder. If you need a wide receiver
with the 35th pick, wouldn't you be happy with someone who comes in like Chase Claypool?
No, I think he stinks.
Really?
He doesn't think he's good either.
Oh, no, I don't mind Chase Claypool.
Oh, my!
I think Claypool's good too.
I think he's a good receiver. I think it's a good trade for both teams.
He's a number 2 though, right?
He's number 1 on the Bears.
No, but like in the league, you would say he'll be a solid 2. They need to go out and get another guy.
I think
they'll leave their first-round pick. Get like Jackson Smith and Ziegler or something.
For the Steelers, it was a good deal because he was our number 4 target, in my opinion. We have Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, all ahead of Chase Claypool, in my opinion, to target. But the Bears, he's the number 1, clear cut. And now you have two. He's a 6'4", 240-pound guy. Get down the field. You have him and N'Keal Harry now.
And Mooney.
Darnell,
you need one more guy, though.
Justin Fields, young guy, still kind of developing, getting used to the NFL. Like, you can never have too many weapons for him.
I'll just say,
it's a deal that makes sense for both sides.
Yeah, I'll just say, Jake, I think you talk about how the Steelers did a good job. I think they played the Packers and the Bears against each other masterfully. Because I think this morning the Bears were ready to offer that Ravens second-round pick. And in comes Green Bay. They're ready to give up their own. Do you really want to face your divisional rival, having Chase Claypool every couple of games or a couple games a year? Do you want Chase Claypool coming into the Packers and saving their season?
What?
No. So then the Bears give up their own second-round.
He's not saving.
Oh, you have the Notre Dame bias. That's where this is coming from. You guys thinking he's good.
Maybe he wanted to be closer to South Bend.
What?
It's very possible. Maybe he was at 90 miles.
You think he wanted to go to the Bears? No way.
He wanted to be playing with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
100%.
I think if the Steelers didn't have George Pickens or Deontay Johnson or Pat Freiermuth, I think if Claypool was their number 1 or number 2, I'd say that I'm not a huge fan of the deal.
Look, he's a
target.
target.
3 guys who I think are better than Claypool. I think it's fine.
And he'll come in. I
wish it was Elijah Moore who was going for the Bears second-round pick.
I think Claypool is better than Elijah Moore. He's got good hands. He's able to make plays downfield. I've always enjoyed watching Chase Claypool play from the time he was at Notre Dame.
Me guy, Elijah me.
But yeah, that's what you got to do with young quarterbacks. Just like Tua, look what they built around him. You got to give them some weapons. So the Bears are trying. I think Ryan Poles is on the right track right now. Within the NFC North, the Vikings acquired TJ Hockenson today. We gave up a 23 second pick and a 24 fourth. And in return with Hockenson, we got a couple 4th round picks. I really like this move. We'll be really brief on this one. I like it for Minnesota because they're lacking a third target. KJ Osborne's a solid option, but at tight end, Irv Smith was just never able to get the job done. Just too many injuries throughout his career. He's out for 8 to 10 weeks, Zach, you were saying? So another 8 to 10 for Irv. Hockenson comes in. He's immediately the number 3 option. Maybe even on some days he'll be the number 2 behind Justin Jefferson. So
some days he could be the number 1.
Some days he could be. A couple weeks ago, 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I like this for Minnesota. I don't think it moves my opinion of them too much in the NFC. They're probably the second, third, fourth best team who could lose to anyone, but could also beat anyone. So if Kirk shows up though, Hockenson can absolutely make a difference.
We got to hope the games are 1 p.m. for Cousins' sake.
But do the Vikings run? Not to cut you off, but just I don't know. Do the Vikings run like an offense where the tight end is involved? Because is it Irv Smith is just not good, or is it they don't really target the tight end?
No, Irv is okay. Like a lot of people are going to think about the drop against Philadelphia. Like that's a very glaring kind of mistake that he made. But it was more just his unavailability. When he played, he was okay. The Vikings, they'll run a lot of play action where you roll out and look for the tight end. So Hockenson could definitely.
Yeah, he's good, but again, a tight end, unless you're
in
getting
the red zone,
Dallas Clark or Antonio Gates, they're not really like Super Bowl changing players. But he'll be helpful.
He'll be helpful. Solid guy with the 20-yard line.
Go ahead. It's not even clear the Vikings need a Super Bowl changing player. Like they're 6-1. The NFC is wide open. The Vikings have a real chance at getting the 1 seed.
We need Philly to lose. We need Philadelphia.
Yeah, but
they have
that
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
My point is just this is a good year to be going in if you've got a good, not great team and you're trying to catch lightning in a bottle. And I think it just makes a lot of sense to add talent.
Yeah,
but it's another guy too. You get inside the 15-yard line, and defenses need to worry about T.J. Hockenson.
Like that offense,
which could free up Justin Jefferson.
Oh, that offense right now.
3 guys to worry about in the red zone.
And Dalvin Cook.
That's about Dalvin Cook. Yeah, one of the best running backs in the league.
That offense, if Kirk Cousins shows up to games,
it's a phenomenal guy for Minnesota.
Should be really hard to stop. Zach, let's talk about your Dolphins for a second. And this is where Andrew starts to slowly fade away.
Well, I'm happy they did the Bradley Chubb trade, but not the
so
next
they
one. Start getting mad.
Yeah, the Dolphins trade for Bradley Chubb from the Broncos. In return, the Denver gets a 23 first-round pick and a 24 fourth, along with Chase Edmonds. Andrew, you don't like the deal, but Jack, you love it, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Jets were the other team. It was between the Jets and the Dolphins, who reportedly today were going after him.
I
did not want Bradley Chubb for a first-round pick. Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person who values these picks because that's really all the Jets have had over the past 10 years.
And you nailed them this year.
Yeah, but again, if you're going to, is Bradley Chubb are the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl contenders in your eyes, actually? I say no. So why would you trade a first-round pick for a guy who another guy you're gonna have to pay a ton of money to if you want to keep him? I just think that having picks is important. The Jets, they're probably gonna be picking around from 15 to 20, I'd assume this year. Is Bradley Chubb worth that? No, I'd prefer to draft guys like AVT, Garrett Wilson, Sauce. I prefer to have an opportunity to draft one of these guys ahead of a D end, and he's a great D end. But
I don't like it for the Jets.
Will he mask all the Dolphins' secondary issues?
I think the Dolphins,
I don't think so.
With Bradley Chubb, became a Super Bowl contender.
Since when is Bradley Chubb this great, like Aaron Donald?
You know who agrees? Dan Orlovsky agrees with me.
That guy's an idiot. Dan Orlovsky. There's a message from the Paul Farrington show to Dan Orlovsky. Dude, you ran out of the back of the end zone. You have no say on anything about quarterbacks. Shut up.
But here's the thing.
You got in the league and you were the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL. Shut up. Yeah, shut up, dude.
I like Dan.
No, shut up. That's like me going on ESPN with Richard Jefferson and being like, LeBron, you should start trying to do this. Who am I to tell him what to do? Dan,
Andrew, you're telling the Dolphins what to do right now.
No, I'm giving my opinion. They can do whatever they want. Dan Orlovsky sits there and breaks down films like he's some Nostradamus over here. Shut up.
Do you know what you need?
Getting angry.
Do you know what you need if you're the Dolphins in the playoffs? A guy who can get in the backfield and bring down number 17 in blue.
Or 15 in red.
Or 15 in red. And that's what Bradley Chubb can do.
And plays in the cold.
He's right. Yeah, he's right. That's what Bradley Chubb brings to the table. Like, the Dolphins didn't have that before Bradley Chubb.
Go ahead, Ziggy.
Look, all that's great, but you do have to remember the Dolphins don't have a first-round pick this year. They don't have a first-round pick because they lost it in that ridiculous Tom Brady, Sean Payton tampering drama. But the fact that they're giving up their last first-round pick to try and go all in at 5-3, I do think you have to have some logic because they're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating the Bills.
Ziggy, you have to imagine, and this is why I don't think it's good for the Jets. You have to imagine that they believe they'll re-sign Bradley Chubb, and I think that all indications are that they will. So that's
great, but let's not forget that Bradley Chubb has missed 24 games to injury in the past 3 seasons.
But you get him this year, but you're also going to have him next year. And this Dolphins team, like next year, they should seriously be considered a Super Bowl
But listen,
contender
their
next
issue
year.
is the secondary. Their O-line isn't great, and like that's what you build in the draft. Whereas they're trading away all those chances to get Bradley Chubb. Yeah, is he going to have one game where they go play? I'm sure it'll be against the Jets. They'll be in New England, not New England. They'll be in Miami, and Bradley Chubb will sack Zach Wilson 3 times and force a fumble. I'm sure it'll happen. But does Bradley Chubb, when you go into Buffalo on this January 12th, is Bradley Chubb winning you that game? Hell no.
Going into next year, it's hard for me to see the Dolphins as something better than like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th best team in the AFC, with a huge gap between them and Kansas City and Buffalo.
There still is a huge gap. I think that right now they're the 3rd best team in the AFC. But I wouldn't call them
You need stars to fill that gap. You need stars on cheap contracts. And this is a good player on an expensive contract. I don't see it.
Okay. Well, look, the Dolphins with their starting quarterback are 5-0. And they were beating the Bengals on the road before he got hurt. So in the Dolphins' eyes, they can go far. Like, why not get a very good defensive lineman who, in their eyes, can probably help them beat Buffalo or KC in the playoffs?
And they beat the Ravens.
Like, why not try to go all in now?
They let up 27 first-half points to the Lions. Bradley Chubb hides that.
I think he's a superstar defender who can get into the backfield and help him out.
We also have to remember, like our secondary isn't bad. It's just injured. Like, all our top guys in our secondary are injured. Byron Jones, injured. We just lost Brandon Jones, one of our top safeties, injured. Keon Crossan is our starting corner right now.
What's the timeline on those guys?
Jones, I have no idea. He still hasn't.
Before playoffs, right? The Dolphins will probably make the playoffs.
So if you get all them back for playoffs, you just need Chubb to make a couple big plays. I do want to mention this.
And you can make that big play late in the game.
When the Dolphins traded with the 49ers, when San Francisco moved up for Trey Lance, they got 3 first-round picks in return. They turned those 3 picks into Jalen Waddle. They traded up for him, Tyreek Hill, and now Bradley Chubb.
Well, not individually. With other things. Yes.
Masterful.
Those first-round picks are the main pieces.
Yeah, but I think that's great asset management. Just unbelievable job by the Dolphins.
And if you really want to bring it all the way back, this is all the way back from the Laremy Tunsil trade. Way back.
That was highway robbery.
Oh, that was Mr. Bong, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about let's talk about the Jets Patriots game.
I wanted the one up.
The Jets in the first half looked really good. Opening of the game, I thought, watching the highlights.
Well, just the whole game looked good. They got robbed.
I thought they looked awesome. The 3 interceptions from Wilson were horrible.
2 real ones.
What do you mean?
Devin McCourty was laying out of bounds, but he's a Patriot, so there's no rules for them.
Some poor decisions.
All 3 decisions were horrible.
Oh, horrific. I won't back. Listen, I tweeted out the picture of him morphing into Sam Darnold.
And no, it was a great tweet. We got a lot of responses to some of our recent Jets videos saying, well, why all this hate on Zach Wilson? Why are you guys not respecting the Jets? I think we have respected the Jets. They're a good football team.
But listen, this is what happened.
But Zach Wilson, and this is the point I made to everyone, at the end of a game or in a big game, I don't trust Zach Wilson at all.
I'm rational. I'm being rational. You tell me if anything I'm saying is false.
Sure.
Zach Wilson played great in the first quarter. Great.
Made a couple great throws.
Great.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson played great in the second quarter until he threw that dumb interception that was horrendous. Horrendous. I don't even know what he was doing. Horrendous. Then Mac Jones throws a pick six, which was a pick six. Again, Franklin Myers didn't have to hit him, but it still isn't roughing the passer. It's just not. So that's over. Now it's 10-3. Now the game's over. It's over. They score. So it goes from 17-3 at half. MetLife is electric. Now MetLife is as deflated as we've ever been. It's, here comes the old, same old Jets 10-6, and it's over. So we were robbed of that game.
You thought the game was over winning 10-6.
I thought 17-3 was
17,
over.
No, 17-3. Game over for us. Yeah, we lost. 10-6, we lost. They get the ball first, and then if you go, Sauce Gardner
their offense stinks.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner gets blocked out of the back of the end zone, and 4th and 1, they score a touchdown, and offensive pass interference they don't call because, again, the Patriots, they play 14 on, or however many refs, 17 on 11. And that's just what it is, and it's fine.
Was the atmosphere is really... Yeah. At halftime.
Were you there?
No. My dad was there. My brother was there. But yeah, he was like, yeah, it was over. You don't understand what we've been through, Paul.
You
20
lost
years,
13 in a row against them.
Yeah, and we're playing great. We returned a touchdown. The place is going crazy. We're on our defense. Everything. The game script is perfect. We can come out at half. It's going to be electric. Mac Jones will go 3 and out. All we have to do is then run the ball, give it back to our defense. What we do the best, win the game 17-9 or 17-6 or 20-4, whatever.
I think you can argue the rule, but in that case, I think the penalty was right.
Hold on. Let's just see if we agree on the facts here.
I think it was a terrible call.
If you watch the video, here is what happened. I want to make sure that we all agree.
I think it was a terrible call.
Franco Myers takes 2 steps, jumps into the air, and hits Zach Wilson. Is that accurate?
Mac Jones, yeah.
No.
Or hits Mac Jones.
I thought
That's not accurate.
He didn't jump into the air.
I think he just shoved him in the back.
Left the ground.
I thought he catapulted himself.
Oh my God, catapult.
No, his feet left the ground.
Catapult might be strong.
It looked to me like he just tackled him.
If I was John Franklin Myers, I would have
here's what the
catapulted
rule
Mac
says.
Wilson. Once I saw the flag, sprinted the
Hold on,
Patriots sideline and catapulted
Here's
Bill
what the rule
Belichick.
says. Here's what the rule says. The rule says you get 1 step, and then you have to completely get out of the way. You're not allowed to do
That rule is a nonsense rule.
Well, that's the
Tom
problem.
Brady
The
just
rule.
got tackled, and it was a pass interference.
You're saying it was a bad call as if they didn't apply the rule as it was written. It was obviously the correct call.
If Zach Wilson threw a pick 6 to a Patriot and got hit the same way, it's not thrown.
Zach Wilson almost literally got his ACL torn last year against the Patriots. They head right directly to his knee, and Zach Wilson was on the ground writhing in pain, and the Patriots were clapping, and the refs were dancing as they were running back a fumble.
It looked to me like he was just tackled in the back.
I think your beef is with the rule, not
my beef is with the Patriots.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But the way it was applied, I believe it was correct.
Listen, I also truly believe that Lamar Jackson will be a Jet next year. But this is it for Wilson. He had his chance, and he blew it.
That's for the offseason.
Well, if we can beat the Bills. If he can beat the Bills.
Also, in most typical Jets fashion, so this guy played the worst game I've ever seen a quarterback play. Horrible. He tried to throw the ball away. I mean, he was out of bounds, but he tried to throw the ball away and just threw it to the other team.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, you're rolling out right. It's Tyler Conklin, who as a Vikings fan.
He had a great game.
Oh, he had a great game, but he can't jump. He can't jump in the air, and he throws a lob running sideways with 4 guys on him. Okay, what are you doing? These are throws that if you make when we play on Thanksgiving, Jack comes over to you and like, Paul, you're done. You're not playing quarterback.
I would get benched 100%.
Well, we have a very good backup.
Oh yeah, we do.
We have a very
we
good
won't need
backup.
it.
What I'm saying is that was the worst I've ever seen a quarterback play football. So yes, while I'm mad at the pass interference because we would have won, like we didn't. Okay.
Can I ask
I'm
you
trying to think the verb. We would have won if they didn't throw the pass interference flag. Pass interference again. My mind.
Roughing
the passer, but because they threw it isn't why we lost.
Can I ask you the question again? Do you trust Zach Wilson?
No.
All right, because a week ago I thought you did.
Well, no, he's number 32 now. I'm eyes. I see what I see on the field. That guy can't win. He cannot win.
Oh, okay. So I'm feeling the take here. Do you want Zach Wilson to be the starter the rest of the season?
Well, we have no better option. So we have
no
one else.
You might as well give him a chance to turn it around.
He can't turn it around. He's done.
But you might as well give him a chance.
Going into next season, you've totally given up on him.
He's done. Yeah, I want him off the team.
Next season, you want
I don't want him anywhere near the line. I want him and Elijah Moore to go have brunch in Washington.
I mean, that's a take.
Yeah, this was wow. This is the full turn.
I care about Super Bowls. I don't care about. I just want to win. Can this guy win a Super Bowl? No.
This is a full 180.
This is a
full
full
180. I'm done with him. I'm done with Elijah Moore.
Mac Jones over him?
No, Mac Jones is horrible.
Mac Jones is horrible too.
Mac Jones, literally that pick 6, he threw it way before he got hit.
Oh, horrible throw, yeah.
There was not a guy within 50. That was the worst throw of the day.
I feel like I've been leading that. I'm not a big Mac Jones fan.
But again, Kirk Cousins also stinks prime time. Well, can't trust him.
No, but Kirk's good.
Can you trust Kenny Pickett?
No. But regardless, this is Zach Wilson. I'm done with Zach Wilson. He's done. He's dead to me.
Unless he beats Buffalo.
No. He will beat Buffalo. I'm telling you, this is the most Jets thing to do. I'm out. I've seen it. I'm out.
Beat Buffalo. Go ahead, Ziggy.
I mean, we're talking about Mac Jones struggling. We're talking about Zach Wilson struggling. I have to say, just in general, this 2021 quarterback class that was really hyped.
It's the worst of all time.
It's certainly nowhere near the worst of all time, but it has not lived up to expectations.
Well, what do you have?
So far, maybe the best quarterback out of this class is Justin Fields,
which he stinks.
Give him a little
great
time.
Game last
give
week.
him a little time. Wait. So Ziggy, who?
Wait. What do you mean? Give him a little time.
Give him a little time. He has no weapons.
So where's this give Zach Wilson a little time?
I'm asking you. Where's the give Zach Wilson a little time?
I don't believe in this give time.
I mean, here's the difference: is Zach Wilson looks worse than he did at the start of the season. Yeah. Justin Fields has improved dramatically since the start of the season.
But look at other guys. Jalen Hurts, he's on his second season of actually playing. He's great. Patrick Mahomes, his second season, he was great.
Well, you can't compare Zach Wilson to Mahomes. It's just not.
Well, why? I'm comparing a nameless, faceless rookie quarterback to quarterbacks I want.
I also think that a weapon like that alpha receiver quarterback goes a long way.
We have an alpha receiver.
Like No,
Garrett Wilson's awesome.
Garrett Wilson is amazing.
Okay,
He's open every
Garrett
play. Zach Wilson
Wilson-
can't get him the ball.
Garrett Wilson's very good, but he's not A.J. Brown. He's not Devontae
I would
Adams.
argue that. I would argue that. Not
Sorry,
Devontae
but
Adams is one of the best of all time.
And Andrew, by give time, I mean let him finish the season, and you need to see
Well,
improvement.
you have to let him see. He
You
won't
need to
improve.
see improvement. No, I don't think so. I don't think
This
he's
is what's
very
going to
good.
happen. We're going to go to the Lions, like Tua did in week 16. We'll probably be like at that time now, we'll probably be like 7-6 or something. And Zach Wilson will throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns against a JV defense.
I don't know.
No, he will. And then he'll get another year. The same thing Sam Darnold used to always do. Horrible. Doesn't know what he's doing. Horrible. Then he'll have one amazing game. Oh, offseason, he looks great. He's with all these camps. He's with these quarterback coaches. Come back next year. Horrible. That's what happens. So you got to move on. Same thing with Daniel Jones. You got to move on. He stinks. He looked. I know they're on there too. We'll put terrible. Move on. You know it or you don't. He stinks.
Okay.
I think if you.
That's my take.
I think if you give the Jets, I know this is all hypothetical. If you give the Jets A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Wilson's phenomenal, like Jalen Hurts.
Phenomenal.
No shot.
No, I don't think he's like Hurts.
I think he's like Hurts.
I think he's better, but I
Like that Alpha.
I don't think it makes one difference who you give this guy.
I disagree.
this is a
Jack, he's
huge
throwing
flip.
Yeah,
he's
this is a ridiculous
throwing
flip.
the ball 30 yards. There's no one near him. What is an actual wide receiver doing for him?
Look,
You
this
could put Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson. He would be terrible.
Look, this is a role reversal. I was anti-Zach Wilson. He was pro-Zach Wilson. Now I'm trying to
You're just
defend Zach
defending.
Wilson.
Yeah, you're just
Horrible. I
defending.
don't care about it that he's big nuts.
Look.
He hypes everyone up. I don't care. He
but
sucks.
look what happened.
He could be a coach.
When you took
Put on a polo,
when you
Zach.
took the alpha receiver away from Green Bay, look what happened to Aaron Rodgers.
Garrett Wilson is an alpha
But he's
receiver.
not. But he's not.
He is.
He's not Devontae Adams or A.J. Brown.
I think if you gave put it the other way. I bet you if you gave Garrett Wilson to what's his face, Aaron Rodgers in Green
Dude,
Bay, he would have 2,000 yards.
If you
receiving.
give Zach Wilson Tyreek Hill,
No, see,
It
Jack,
would
I
do
disagree with
nothing.
you. I
He's
think that
terrible.
Zach's just an okay quarterback.
Okay,
I think
no,
like,
not
but-
okay.
He's an okay. He made
Look at horrible.
he made a
just
couple
said-
nice throws.
Because
That's what
we
he did
just
garbage
said
time.
Boys,
we
just
just
to
said
put it out there,
before.
it is currently 7:40.
Yeah. All right. Let's enough on
said
Zach
before,
Wilson.
too,
I don't wanna
underthrowing
talk about it.
Tyreek.
I'm retiring. I'm off the Zach Wilson
The
bandwagon.
we'll end with the Giants first. Like Ziggy was saying, and I don't know why Ziggy's camera is no longer on. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. Who's the other one? Who am I getting from
Trey
this
Lance.
class? Trey Lance.
He's also terrible.
So far, yeah.
I mean, I have no idea who I take out of those five.
You won't take any.
Lawrence has had
Yeah.
moments. Fields is the one who's looking better and better.
I know you give Fields like a Claypool type guy.
We have to
I
have
think Fields could
open
be good.
memories, though.
Yeah.
You just remember the other Thursday night, Commanders, Bears. Who's the ex-Jet? I think Robert. No, not Robert Griffin. What the hell is it? Whatever his name is. The tight end, number 84, running wide open for a touchdown to win the game. A 5-yard throw that you said I would have made it.
What was that, Cole
Airmails
Kmet?
him. What?
Who?
That's Justin Fields. At the end of that game on that Thursday night, he stinks too. Again, he's been playing, I guess, better somehow, but he's bad. So
Yeah, that's Cole Kmet wide open.
he's
right?
no. It was the
He's
guy
good.
Griffith. He used the Jets tight end last year. I can't remember his name.
The Jets tight end last year.
Yeah, 84. He's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Griffin, whatever his name
I
is.
forget too. I remember. I know you're talking
He's that
about.
big
Yeah.
white guy. He's
Yeah.
terrible. He can't
Yeah.
move, but
I
he
know.
was wide open.
Let's end here with quick Giants and Seahawks conversation. The Giants finally lose. They've won 4 in a row.
I think they
before
were
this.
flat out dominated by Seattle.
Geno Smith, man, has looked awesome.
That's
This was-
my quarterback, baby.
Yeah,
go-
no.
let's go
and
back to week
Jack-
one.
Yeah,
Let's go back to week
we'll
one,
find the
please.
clip. We'll find the clip.
Find that clip.
That
Geno
guy's
looks great.
fantastic.
Chip on his shoulder. He's hungry. He's hungry this year.
Leads the NFL in completion
They're a
percentage.
playoff team.
13 touchdowns.
They're a Super Bowl
They're the
Three
best team-
interceptions.
they're the best team in the West.
They're not.
Oh yeah, they are.
That is the best
They're
team.
Geno.
That's the best team in the West.
That's
Seattle
the second.
Seahawks.
That's the second best team in the NFC.
Right now, I think
I would probably agree.
I would say
they're phenomenal.
Yeah,
stop,
they're-
guys.
That's a really good team. Geno looks great. DK, Lockett, their defense. They're two of the best corners in the
They
league.
should have won this game like 42-3 if
I agree.
Tyler Lockett didn't fumble
I
on their
think they
own
dominated the
one.
Giants.
Kenneth Walker too.
Down to Kenneth Walker, the best secondary in football. I think Tariq Woolen and
No, they're playing well. I don't think that they need to be in Seattle, and I don't think that they're going to be able to catch Minnesota or
I think
Philadelphia.
they can win in Minnesota.
You can't see Geno pumping up the team. bruh.
I think Geno's playing really well this year, and
They
I
can win
believe
in
he'll
Minnesota.
continue to. But I still am anticipating a little bit of a drop off. Right now, he's playing
There's a
so
chip
good.
on this man's shoulder this year.
Zach
And
Wilson
he
for
looks
Geno Smith. Who says
fantastic.
no?
But we've never seen it before. We've
I would
never
take
seen it
Geno. I would
from
take
him.
Geno.
Oh yeah.
Maybe this every now and then you get these runs where you just go on an incredible high for a season.
But
like Case Keenum
hold
with the
it.
Vikings
He has
played
the
really
weapons.
well.
He's finding them. Some of the throws he's making
looks phenomenal.
incredible. Like better than Russ.
I like San
Some of the
Francisco
throws he's
more than
making.
Seattle. San Francisco beat the crap out of them a couple weeks ago.
Okay, let's see them play in Seattle. Seattle's
They
going to
beat
get them
the
back.
living crap out of them.
Yeah.
Seattle will get them back in Seattle.
We'll see. Right now, I still like San Francisco in the division. I'm happy for Geno.
Geno was running that
Seattle.
hurry-up offense.
Yeah.
He looks good.
That's the top 3 team in the NFC.
Ziggy, where do you come down on Geno Smith and
The Giants also
Seahawks?
stink.
I mean, certainly Geno Smith has played himself another contract this year. Well, do I think Geno Smith's actually that good?
Geno needs
Is
a
he
max.
anyone's long-term solution? No.
He'll come down to earth. He will come down to earth.
I think what he'll do is he'll play as an above-average quarterback for the rest of the season. Seattle's going to franchise tag him, keep him around for another year or two, and use him as a bridge quarterback. What he's done is like that's the solution of this. People are talking about him getting like a 4 or 5 year huge contract.
No,
he's 32. He's on the older side. This season is an aberration. Like, I'm very happy for him. I'm glad to see that he's doing a lot, and certainly he's earned himself a heck of a lot of money that he didn't see coming. But no, I do not think that Geno Smith is somehow Seattle's quarterback.
It's an unprecedented run for him that I think he'll continue playing good football this year. I just don't see it being at this level. Like, he's the biggest surprise.
I mean,
in the
he
league.
looks great to me.
He does. He looks great. To say he does not look great would be wrong.
Listen, when you're in the Jets, you have D linemen punching you in the face, and you can't. How do you play with that? You can't.
Tyler Lockett
He
should have
finally
had
got as far away as he could, and he's fantastic.
Tyler Lockett should have had 3 touchdowns.
Lockett,
he had the
played
one
the
where
worst game I've ever seen a wide
He
receiver
fumbled at the
play.
one.
Yeah, but then he had the big touchdown too.
I mean, he was wide open. He did, but again, he dropped a wide open touchdown, fumbled on his own one.
They
It's hard to
dominated
play
that game.
bad.
The Seahawks. They dominated that game.
Maybe
Giants-
what's most amazing about this from Geno Smith is the last time he started more than 3 games, 2014.
Wow.
Like, just the gap between him, how long it took from him.
Yeah.
There were 5 seasons in between them where he didn't play a single game, right? So the fact that after not playing for so long, he's looked this good, maybe the Jets really are.
We'll see.
cursed.
Every now and then you catch lightning in the bottle. So it could be one of those seasons for him. So far, it has been. I see it coming down a little bit. You did, and I think Andrew and I were saying that the Seahawks might be the worst team in the league at that point.
That was a fool.
Yeah, that was a looks like
I
a
was
bad call.
thinking. I was thinking with my Jets mind. I have to stop thinking like that. I just have to have a football mind. That's what I'm learning from this
The
season.
Seahawks
my
might win their
foolish take.
division.
Oh, they will win their division.
I think they're the best team in the West.
It's not.
We just mentioned it before. I think you were gone for a second. Do you like them more than San Francisco?
No. I think when San Francisco gets healthy, they're the 3rd best team in the NFC.
They don't have
There's a
Geno.
huge gap between them and
Yeah, they
everyone
don't
else.
have Geno Smith.
So right now, Ziggy, you have Philly. Is Minnesota number 2 or Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have San Francisco.
Dak Prescott can't perform under pressure.
And then San Francisco 3, and then there's a big gap, you think?
Yeah, I think there is, but that doesn't really matter. I mean,
Not yet.
Minnesota can lose to anybody in the NFL
They could. They could lose to the
on
Texans.
any given day. They could lose to the Texans. Yeah.
They could get blown out by the Texans.
Well, it depends where it is.
I think what we should do before we end, a good way to end the show, is with no context, like no description, just a quick. We go around. We just give. So halfway through the season is now over. 8 weeks. We give our one hot take that we think is going to happen. It could be whatever. The Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl. The Falcons will win the NFC South. Whatever. We're going to go through. We just say one crazy hot take, which I already know mine.
I know mine. I know mine too.
I do like that. That's how we end. No context. So it's not no argument. You just say it.
I already placed the bet on mine.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go
Would you
last.
like to lead?
I know what it is. It's crazy.
I need to figure out my.
let's hear it though. Let's hear it. I've got mine.
All right,
Let's
so
hear
we'll
it,
go
Jack.
this way. Jack, Ziggy, me, Paul.
Okay. My Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC North. Hot take. You heard it here week 8. Come back again.
behind are you?
Like the Geno cliff. Come back to this cliff 8 weeks from now.
How far behind are you?
2 games.
The Browns winning last night was big for the
That was big. That was the
Steelers.
first step. I went over all the schedules. That was the first step. I'm like, all right, we get blown up by
That
the
had to happen, but they are 3 games out.
we get blown up by the Eagles. We got a bye week. TJ Watt comes back. Step 2 is the Browns beating the Bengals.
I hate it.
I didn't ask you to like
But
it.
No, it's got to be a hot take.
I didn't ask you to like
I
it.
don't want to hear like, oh, the Vikings will make the NFC championship.
no,
That's not a hot take. I want it to be
No.
hot, scorching.
I think
There it
this should sufficiently count as a hot take. Bucks finished last in the division.
Okay, that is a hot take.
I legitimately think the Saints and the Panthers are going to pass the Bucks and the Falcons win, but I don't want to commit to all that. Bucks are last in the division.
Hey, yeah, yes for a hot take. There it is.
This is
That's it.
My hot take is the New York Football Giants not only will not make the playoffs, they will have the worst record in the NFC East because they are terrible. They can't beat the Eagles. They can't beat the Cowboys.
Well, what happened
Heineke,
to
when he
not getting
plays, is
defensive?
balling out. They are the worst team in the NFC East.
Wow. All right, if
I think I
expose
actually
those
believe
frauds.
that. I would believe that if it weren't for the Commanders not having a coach or a quarterback.
Heineke is a winner. He's Cooper Rush, baby.
I think the Giants definitely come in third.
They're going to come in fourth. They stink.
Look
at who they've played. They've played again. We're not explaining.
I'm all for it.
That's my
I'm
hot
all
take.
for it.
That's my
I'm
hot
all
take.
for it. I'm all for it.
If I had to give a hot take here,
The Vikings
And you do.
and I do,
Dable, his fat ass.
as I'm looking over the records right now, I do just want to point out the Titans. We mentioned this. They've won 5 in a row. Tennessee, they were my pick to win the AFC South. And this team was in where were they last year? When did they lose? The divisional round to Cincy?
Yes.
Yeah, they lost their first game.
Well, hot take would be them making the Super Bowl. Anything less than that is not hot.
My hot take, I think I'm going to go with. Oh, no, you have to think. All right, I'm going to say that the Atlanta Falcons will make it to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Okay, so they're going to win a playoff game.
I think that they'll win they could win the division and win a playoff game. That would be my.
They're unlikely enough to make the playoffs that saying they win a game on top of that. Definitely.
So basically, you think they're going to go in and beat your Vikings? Is what you're saying?
No. They're doing the division.
They're going to win the division. I'm sorry.
They get a home game.
I have them beating
Vikings are the
Like the
one
Seahawks.
seed. So
You think they'll beat the Seahawks in Seattle?
No,
or the
because
Giants.
they'll win the.
The Giants will be last after what I just said.
Look, this is my in the moment hot take.
But you said make divisional round.
So they
if
win
they
a
win the
playoff
division,
game.
they host the playoff game.
They host the playoff game. Yes.
They can win that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the divisional round.
I think there's no chance.
Look, I'm on the spot here. I'm trying to find out.
Who would they host? The Giants, the Cowboys.
Jack, they should have just lost to the Panthers at home.
Did they though? Did they?
Okay, by luck.
Look, that's a real hot take right there.
That is hot. It's hot.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's wrap it. I'll play trivia.
I just when the
drive to
Buccaneers
Hoboken and play
finish last
basketball.
in the NFC South, if any of these come true, we're gonna have to play the clip back.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait. I'm going to be on Twitter, on Instagram, on whatever. I'll get all the social media apps. I'm gonna
Is
be
your
dancing.
Instagram back?
No, but I have a new one that doesn't work. It has like 100 followers, but this clip will get me a lot of followers when I'm dancing. I want that what I just said about the Giants, and I'm going to be dancing, and we'll put a grave out there. I'll be dancing on the Giants' grave.
We're gonna run these back in
Instagram's an
8
off.
weeks.
Instagram's an off. They banned me this weekend too.
You got suspended for doing something, right?
Yeah, they banned me without explanation. The difference is I actually got my account back.
How did you get
I know
it
what
back?
I'm doing, but I sent them an email. I petitioned them.
Can you give me that email? I don't know where. I just have
Yeah,
been.
sure.
Okay, I might be back.
Oh, there you go. Welcome back.
Wow. Here's
But
one. Here's
the
one
thing
more.
is, you probably actually violated the rules.
Here's
I
one more.
literally don't comment on anything. My whole feed is just sports, and thank God it's just all Jets. So I thank God I haven't been able to see it.
I mean, I think they did you a favor denying you Jets content. Because you can imagine how miserable you'd be this week if you had Instagram.
I apologize.
If we had to show yesterday, I would
Yeah.
have cried.
But
I'm painting myself head to toe in black and yellow when we win the North in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
The Jets will still make the playoffs. I don't know if that's still a hot take, but we'll make a wild card game and they get blown out.
Oh,
somewhere.
I think. Oh, is it a hot take
that'd be
to say
that'd
that
be a
the
road
Jets
game,
come in
yeah.
last in the AFC East?
that's scorching.
No.
Because that's what I think is going to happen.
Oh, okay.
I think
The
this is the
Jets
worst
have
team
the
in
worst
AFC East.
quarterback, maybe the worst offense, and probably the worst defense.
No, whoa, we have the number one rated defense in football.
And maybe the
let
worst
alone
coach.
the AFC East.
Maybe the worst coach.
Well, who do you think you can beat out? The Patriots?
Enough. Stop.
All right.
I'm done.
That'll be it. We'll see you for the week 9.
Let's go with trivia.
Week 9 preview. Yep. All right. Thanks for listening.